Tears of the Kingdom is one of the best games of 2023, and a while back I made a video about my 5 biggest hopes for Tears of the Kingdom, and it blew up to say the least. So today I'm going to be making a sequel to that video where I'll be discussing my top 5 favourite features of Tears of the Kingdom now that the game's actually come out. Also, there are spoilers ahead, so just be aware of that. And, of course, if you do go on to enjoy the video, please do like and subscribe. It really helps me stay motivated to make good quality content for you guys. And without any further ado, let's get into the video. One of the most time-consuming things I've done so far in Tears of the Kingdom has been completing Sidequests, and I don't know if it's the fact that I'm just older and smarter than when I was when I first played Breath of the Wild, but the Sidequests in Tears of the Kingdom just feel a lot more fun and engaging. Some of my favourite sidequests have been ones like the one where you can attack the Goblin camps with some of the Knights of Hyrule, the Master Koga side quest, and of course, the Princess Zelda sighting side quest. My favourite of these Princess Zelda side quests have been the one with the Golden Horse, because you get a Golden Horse, it's that simple. All the quests that I have mentioned have been extremely fun, especially the first one that I mentioned, where now they changed it so enemies are different and stronger. Speaking of enemies, that brings us to the next part of the video, enemy variety. It's safe to say that at times the enemies in Breath of the Wild were lackluster or repetitive, and even some of the strongest enemies like Lionels or Moldugas could be easily defeated at a certain point in the game. So it's great to see that in Tears of the Kingdom the enemies have been upgraded by a ton. Returning enemies have more attacks and different versions or editions of themselves, like the Boss Bokoblin or the Battle Talus. But there's also new cool exciting enemies like the Horriblin or the Frox, or weird worm-like creatures that I forgot the name of. Nintendo also updated the AI and behavior of the enemies in Tears of the Kingdom. For example, you'll see in this clip, if a boss bokoblin blows their horn, then all the bokoblins in the surrounding area will surround the boss bokoblin, forcing you to fight all the enemies at once, which can make it really hard to fight off this cluster of bokoblins, which can have even the most skilled players running into trouble. Some enemies can be really hard to fight, forcing you to use multiple abilities and solve puzzles in that fight, which just so happens to bring us to the next part of our video, the puzzles. The puzzles, shrines, and dungeons in Breath of the Wild were poorly received by the community, with things like saying they're too repetitive and they're not different from each other. However, the puzzles, shrines, and dungeons in Tears of the Kingdom are on another level compared to Breath of the Wild. For example, in Breath of the Wild, each shrine, there's only one, maybe two ways to actually beat the shrine without glitches. Meanwhile, in Tears of the Kingdom, I feel like there's an abundance of options and ways to beat a shrine. This is achieved with the 4 main rune abilities you get. You have Ascent, an ability you can use to get to a place above you. Recall, an ability you can use to rewind the movement of an object. Fuse, an ability used to fuse items together, usually a weapon and an item. And finally, Ultra Hand, an ability used to attach objects together and move them around. With the combination of these 4 abilities, you can solve almost any puzzle or any problem however you like. And having this feeling of abundance really adds to the overall vibe and feel of the game, and it really does make it give that open world sort of feel that Breath of the Wild had. The story in Breath of the Wild, while not too bad in my opinion, could have been a lot better, and it seems like the Zelda team really did outdo themselves on the story in Tears of the Kingdom. I love Ganondorf's story and his rise to power as he led monsters into Gerudo to conquer the Zonai. I also love the Zonai and the story around Rauru. I also love Zelda going back in time to obviously deliver the Master Sword to Link. It's really cool and clever stuff, and I did not see it coming from the Zelda team. The open world aspect of Breath of the Wild completely changed the gaming series, and it also brought The Legend of Zelda to a new level. I mean, Zelda went from, while an iconic gaming series, it didn't have like major success. But look at Breath of the Wild, it sold 27 million copies, and Tears of the Kingdom has already sold about 10 million copies, which is insane. Also, the open world aspect in Tears of the Kingdom is a chef's kiss. I mean, I thought Breath of the Wild's open world was good, but just wait until you get a load of this. A lot of people were a little concerned about how they would replicate this sort of immersive feeling that you had in Breath of the Wild, because we've already explored the world, but Nintendo thought, no problem, we'll just add 2 different areas, being the underground and the Sky Islands, and holy frickin' crap. This is absolutely insane. I mean, I absolutely love venturing in the undergrounds and like just fighting all the bosses down there and adventuring. I mean, I'm at the moment trying to get all the light routes so I can light up the depths and have a new vibe around it when I'm exploring. And the Sky Islands, while I would say were a little not great, they could have definitely been better, could have been more of them, they are really cool. And I absolutely love some of the quests you had to do to get armor pieces up in the Sky Island, and it's really insane that Nintendo was able to do this. I mean, you can probably spend 10-20 hours just exploring the world alone. It's really insane. And with that, the video is over, guys. However, if you did enjoy the video, please do like and subscribe. You do not know how much it benefits me from just hitting 2 buttons. But with that, I am Sam, and I'll see you in the next one.